Hello and welcome to Gaming Knuckleheads Talk, the show that, much like the old westerns of yonder, tonight we will be covering the good, the bad, and the JRPGs of the Nintendo Direct. Now, just remember that games that don't have too awful much significance to us, as usual, we're going to be like, that is a game. And we're going to talk in depth about the shit that we actually care about. Anyway, cattails aside, I guess opening anecdote for the night. I was setting up the studio and my dumbass accidentally plugged in the printer instead of the USB light. And apparently Brent's going to be happy dancing until we talk about the very final, very last topic of the night. But let's start out with the fact that Alpha Dream is dead, but their flagship is not. Now, I am completely, but at the same time, pleasantly surprised because, well, I'm surprised because somebody told me that setting up his webcam was too much of a hassle. I did. But I'm pleasantly surprised because usually when a third-party or second-party franchise, originally with the IP originally owned by Nintendo, gets shut down and Miyamoto assigns somebody new or adopts them, as is the case of NDQ being the old Hudson Soft employees, usually he figures out a way how to get those people to bastardize the franchise. Again, Mario Party, Exhibit A. But the trailer, this looks very much like the development team from Alpha Dream is not only now working for Nintendo, but they're also telling him where he can stuff his opinions on innovation and changing a formula that works just because he thinks that the formula's gone on for too damn long. I think Brothership is going to be really great, and I cannot wait for November. I mean, hell, I know it comes out on the 7th, but, that'll be what keeps me busy on the train ride up to Thanksgiving. But what do you guys
think? If you haven't beaten it already.
What?
If you haven't beaten it already. By the time Thanksgiving comes around.
Yeah, true. We'll see. Scratch you guys for
Well, definitely think it looks great. Definitely going to get it when it comes out. I think that's sorry, I'm getting a text from our friend Devin, and he's trying to ask my opinion on the Direct, so I got a little sidetracked. But
tell him we are currently. I'll tell him we are currently streaming our reaction to the Direct, so he can find out.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say is that I definitely, again, I think it's gonna be looks like a great game, and I will say this just for in terms of the non-innovation in gear. It's only the first one that we've had in a while. There's always the future.
9 years. If you exclude remakes, it might be longer. Because when did Paper Jam come out? 2016?
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Is that I don't expect anything from this one, but don't expect this to be one and done.
Oh, I hope they're back.
I think, it looks great. Just, I'll just wait and see how it turns out.
But yeah, I hope it's not one and done because great RPG franchise, and if they're really sticking it to Miyamoto, that means that we're not going to have to worry about this one turning into another Paper Mario. You know what I mean. Anyway, next up, Scalper Bait. I mean, Nintendo World Championships NES Edition. I'm calling it right now. If you don't pre-order your copy physically, scalpers are going to swipe them up and they're going to look at how much an actual NWC cartridge from the NES days cost and try to scalp a modern game that is completely different than the original at that exact same price. At what point can we actually hunt them down and throw them in jail? But for reals though, this is like, to me, the love child of Nintendo World Championships and NES Remix. You know?
Oh
Mhm.
yeah.
Like, I cannot wait to see what it has in store. It took forever for it to get into the system, and then not so much, because it felt like it took forever. Then one day I was at GameStop, so I don't think NWC's in the system yet. You can pre-order it right now. $5, bitch, I'll pay it off. I'll pay it off on July 1st. I'm going to do that.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah. Get my new place in October. If there's enough room to redecorate, I'll definitely use some of the collectibles to make it look like a nerd lives in this apartment.
Mhm.
That's the case already. Yeah, Turmoil's fucking off. Gizmo's like down on the floor. Like I'm in heat. Pay attention to me.
Mhm.
She was giving me issues during the direct this morning.
Mhm.
All right, NWC NES edition, go.
Definitely was surprised to see it, and I definitely think, like, I'm hoping that it's not going to be facing any of the things that's, like, in terms of scalpers, but let's face it, it's probably going to.
Yeah, if only a game like, I don't know, Super Mario Party Jamboree was more likely for scalper bait, then nobody would have to deal with it. Hi, Gizmo.
Yeah, I think it, it definitely does remind me of NES Remix, but it looks like they went a little bit further with it this time, and
Yeah.
including a lot more titles, and just just overall making the presentation look a lot better.
Oh, yeah. So this next one, I stand by what I said in the direct this morning. Let me know in the comments below, is Fairy Tail worth watching? I'll check and see if it's on Crunchyroll if that's the case. I don't really have much to say on it because I don't know jack shit about the Fairy Tail franchise. I just know that it's an RPG.
Yeah, same here. I know Fairy Tail exists, never have watched it. And it honestly depends. I mean, I've seen a few games that have, like, had, like, their game is essentially like a gameplay adaptation of the animes and its arcs. And some of them have been good, some of them have been trash. I don't know.
Good. Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. Trash? I have no clue.
Well, here's the thing. I personally have never seen Fairy Tail, but here's the thing about the developer of it, Koei Tecmo. Like,
The Fatal Frame people.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
like I don't know, it just looked a bit rough in that presentation of it. Like,
Right.
it looked like it was some of the frames were missing, or
Boy, I did not
it
even
was.
notice that. I literally had to go between watching the stream, looking at the chat, and writing down the list. So I didn't even notice what looked like missing frames.
Yeah, it was either missing frames or it looked like it was suffering from slowdown.
Ah.
So I just don't know what to think of that port of
Well,
it.
slow down, I got two
Because
words for you. Nintendo Switch. We love it, but it's not the biggest powerhouse.
Nope, it doesn't focus on that.
mm-mm.
Mm-hmm. And in other JRPG news,
Hazian, I think.
Fantasian Neo Dimension. Thank you. Fuck, I can't read my own handwriting.
Well, apparently this game. Let me just explain to you about this game right quick.
Right?
Uh, Apparently it's support of a mobile game because I saw that game on Apple Arcade.
Oh,
I mean, at least I think it's a port of a mobile game. I heard it was coming. Um, yeah, I heard it was coming. And I originally debuted on. I know that there was a Fantasian game for Apple Arcade.
right?
Yeah, I mean, when I was looking at it, I mean, I thought either it was due to limitations or just artistic design or something, but it honestly looked kind of like it was, a port from somewhere else, probably more than likely like a mobile game, which we'll see.
My mind just went to banish without a cap on spell slots because, like, you can literally send your enemies to another dimension.
Yeah.
I have a list of people I'd like to send to another dimension, and we all know who's at the top.
What's the top 20, Gear?
I'll tell you later.
Yeah, probably can't say it here.
I could say the number one spot, but people find out and they tell her I'm a dead man. Anyway, we got Nintendo Switch Sports. Everybody thought that game was dead and gone. Like, hey, more free updates to a game that everybody's dunking on because we fucked up in the beginning.
Yep.
Like I said during my reaction stream earlier, I would have preferred if it was more like Wii Sports Resort, where it actually had a bigger variety of sports and, just more to do. And it's like, what? 3 sports, no leg strap for soccer, and then golf spontaneously came out of nowhere. And then we were all like, okay, it's done. Like
and
I
now
said,
he has basketball.
yeah, like I said, I can hear Demeech now. I'm going to check Demeech's channel this week and see what his thoughts on Nintendo Switch Sports getting a random spontaneous update after even he thought it was dead and gone.
Yeah, I mean, basketball looks fun, and I'm sure it'll be fun online, maybe.
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean, they should have released more sports for it, like you said.
Yeah. Now, MIO is just an acronym. I already forget what it stands for.
Yeah, me too. But it does look
This
cool.
looks like a job for Google.
To me, it looks like a lot like Hollow Knight.
Yeah, that's what I thought when I saw it.
Wasn't that like it had like the I have no mouth and I must scream type opening of the trailer, and then the alien creature looked all proby? Isn't that what Memories in Orbit is?
Yes.
I literally fucked up this morning when I was like, I have no mouth and I must scream. I have no mouth. I must. Like, I almost said I need to, not I must. But yeah, Hollow Knight, very Metroidvania-like. It's good to see that the Metroidvania formula is still alive and well. Yeah,
I definitely don't think it's going to be dead anytime soon. It really works.
Especially because our next topic, once you two are done, is actually another Metroidvania game. But yeah, go on.
Well, yeah, as I said, I think it honestly looks pretty impressive. Definitely feels very Metroidvania, Hollow Knights. I really like I'm very curious about mostly it's background specifically because it's like really beautiful.
Oh,
yeah, I really like the art style too.
Definitely. Anyway, next up, I've played it. I haven't beaten it, but I played it. I give it high marks, and it's getting a free update with additional content. So gives people an excuse, and it's free, and it downloaded. The update came out today, but Disney Illusion Island is getting a new side questy type additional narrative. So, yeah, Detective Dolphin is on the case. Yeah. One of the guys at GameStop recommended Duck Detective to me. It's like $10, and I only have 8 something in my Switch account right now. So But Duck Detective's apparently a really short game. But yeah, you got Duck Detectives, now you got Dolphin Detectives. Although I think that Dolphin character is already in Illusion Island. He's just being expanded upon. I'd have to look back. I picked the game back up. It's been a little while, so But you guys got to see a little bit of what the update. But remind me, did they show any base gameplay from the base game?
From the base game, I think a little bit.
So you saw it had like Metroidvania-esque Disney stuff, yeah?
Yeah, I did. And I mean, I think I've seen you play it at least once, so I know what you're talking about.
I showed you some of the funnier video clips from some of the cutscenes, but
yeah, but regardless, I've seen what it looks like.
Yeah, I thought it was a digital exclusive game, and then last year in August, just before Lou's birthday, the day before, me and him were chilling at Sawgrass, and we were in GameStop, and I saw the game. And wait, it's physical? Wait, it's the last copy in stock? I was like, yeah, this is going to be an early birthday present for me. So I got it. And it was well worth it was well worth the $40, you know?
Mm-hmm.
The boss battles are creative and fun. I'm nowhere near done. Ow, 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 ow. You've got claws, little one. Okay, let's move on before Gizmo mauls me.
Do it.
Animal Crossing, Hello Kitty edition. I mean, Hello Kitty
Island Adventure.
Yeah, it's like, so is this like an Animal Crossing type dealio, or is it something completely different?
It looks like it's Animal Crossing, like it's based like with Animal Crossing, but with Hello Kitty. And can I also finally say that that one South Park joke has borne fruit?
Which one?
You know which one I'm talking about?
No.
Okay, it was from the World of Warcraft one, the one that I think they got an award for.
Make Love Not Warcraft?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Basically, when they were getting everyone together to go after the one like hardcore like player who's basically killing everyone, everyone is ready to go for it. But Butters just raises his hand and goes, "I don't play World of Warcraft." Butters, you say you're on your computer all the time. Yeah, but I'm playing Hello Kitty Island Adventure. Butters, go buy World of Warcraft, install it on your computer, and join the online sensation before we all murder you. Okay.
Years later, who'd have thought that Trey Parker and Matt Stone would inspire a real game?
Yeah. And he prefers it to WoW in the end.
What about you, Matt? What do you think?
I mean, it looks like something, just not for me.
Yeah, maybe not.
Yeah, same.
But yeah, it's a game. This is a game.
I mean, I'm sure a lot of people will enjoy it. It's just,
not every game is for everyone. Oh yeah. Hi, Gizmo. She is clinging to me like Velcro.
Gizmo would enjoy it.
You enjoy Hello Kitty? She was on my lap during the point where the trailer for Stray played, and she saw one of the cats at the end, and her ears perked up. But yeah, next up, when I saw Lola Bunny, I literally thought that it was like Space Jam, the video game.
I did too.
Well, it's close.
Yeah, it's like Nintendo Switch Sports, but with Looney Tunes, and without games being missing. That's a game I'd probably have to demo to see if it was up my alley, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you two?
I thought it was okay. Just another game. Probably not for me.
Yeah, probably not for me, but mainly just because I'm not too much into sports games, unless I'm playing it with friends.
Yeah, well, for me, if it's a sports game, it's got to be like NFL Blitz or NHL. I mean, or NBA Street or something like that, where there's blatant disregard for the rules.
Right. Or like when we do the golf announcer voices.
Yeah, I know. That's what I mean.
And to think that joke literally just sprung up from me whispering just to let you focus on a Super Mario World level.
Yep.
It's a very tricky jump, but Mario will nail it.
Can he make the last one? He's nailed it.
Tricky bit of putting. I stand by what I said. If we all had the game on Steam and we all had time to get into a Discord call through OBS, we could play Among Us as a group, and then we would get to try out the new. I played it on my phone back in the day when Nina and I were still together. We played it with Bex a couple of times. We were all in separate rooms, but yeah. Very fun, very unique little indie title. I'm glad that they're still keeping it alive, keeping it fresh,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And next up, Harvest Moon meets Monster Rancher meets a JRPG. Literally, you literally plant seeds in the ground. They sprout into crops that are actually hordes of monsters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Farmagia, I guess it's called, or
Farmagia,
Yeah.
Yeah, for Magia.
Interesting concepts, but not something I'm interested in, mainly just that I'm not really too interested in farm simulators. I mean, I played a couple, but aside from being like good time wasters, not really my thing.
Yeah, and with the massive chunk of RPG, I like a good RPG, but there are so damn many on the Switch. By the time you play them all, the next system would be out anyway. Like I said earlier in my reaction video, at some point, I think roughly around like either Neo Dimension or some point after for Magia, it was just like, look, save some for the next system, man. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like, we won't be getting Persona 6 on the Switch, but we might get it on the Switch's successor, since Atlas did finally relent and be like, here you go, Persona 5 Royal, enjoy, you fucking champions.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. What about you and Formagia, Matt?
Again, not my style of game because of the farming aspect, but if it has a good story, I would suffer through the farming aspect.
Old McMatthew had a farm, E-I-E-I-O.
And for some reason, he grew a fox.
Yeah.
That would have been better to do when I was literally fucking singing that during the Formagia trailer this morning. Where did I go wrong?
That's why you have me around, to come up with the other funnies. Why do you think you put up with me?
Donkey Kong Country Returns HD. People were talking, there's a new Donkey Kong Country game coming. They were half right.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it is like, I will say that game is good.
Yeah.
Like, is good. So I'm not upset about getting its like port on the Switch. I mean, I wish it had actually been an actual Donkey Kong Country game, like a sequel to the previous one. Yeah, but honestly, I'll take this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised there's no funky mode again.
Yeah, I am surprised.
Mm-hmm.
Matt,
Yeah, I mean, I go ahead.
I said apes. What are your thoughts on apes?
Well, I do like the Donkey Kong Country series, so I'll consider it.
Yeah, it's always been a tough as nails franchise, but it's also been a very fun one. So
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I still have Donkey Kong Country and Donkey Kong Country 2 on my Super NES. So
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. And then we got one of the ones you're most looking forward to, Matt.
Mm-hmm.
A mouthful of a game. Feel free to say Gesundheit after this.
Mm-hmm.
Dragon Quest III HD 2D Remake.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't we just call it Dragon Quest III HD?
Yeah, I mean, I can understand them saying like 2D just to make sure that no one believes like, holy shit, they're probably gonna make it with like the latest like Dragon Quest graphics. No.
Mm-hmm.
No. Here's one thing they have to keep in. You guys know how in the original Dragon Quest III, if you tried to name your character Erdrick, it wouldn't let you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So help me, they need to keep that in there for continuity's sake.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I'm just really looking forward to it, but it's gonna take a while to get here.
Yeah. During the announcement of Funko Fusion, I was like, okay, did I somehow take drugs without realizing it? Because there's literally a game about Funko Pops.
Yeah, I was like speechless too about that.
I mean, anyone who collects Funko Pops is going to probably like really enjoy that.
I wouldn't mind giving it a try, but since I have 2 games I have to get in October, one of which is digital exclusive, meaning I have to pre-order Sonic X Shadow before October, and the fact that there is another game that's going to have a physical release in late September, I would either have to figure out like Funko Fusion needs to have at least a $30 to $40 price tag, or I would need to wait till later down the line, like December, maybe January, if I don't get DKC Returns HD, and hope that there's a original copy box in stock at GameStop, so I don't have to digital, unless it's digital exclusive, in which case, what the hell? It's like, even though like Ace Attorney Investigations Collection, even though like Apollo Justice Trilogy, Greatest Attorney Chronicles both finally got physicals for the first time since Capcom axed physicals, with the original release of Investigations being the last one. I don't count Professor Layton X Phoenix Wright, because that's more of I think that was more of a level 5 decision. But it's like, because I have my entire Ace Attorney collection digitally to begin with, if I decide to give those games a second chance, and we'll talk about it when we get to it down the line, but it's like, like with digital exclusive, or games that you would think would be digital exclusive, because my friend got like Apollo Justice, but he got the import because he had the Phoenix Wright trilogy was import only, physical. So yeah, we'll get to that. Well, I mean, okay, so for Luigi's Mansion 2, it was like 5 seconds of nothing new, and I missed it because I was writing down Luigi's Mansion 2 HD on the slip of paper, and then I looked up, and all of a sudden the new Denpa Man was showing. I don't think that we need to really talk much about Luigi's Mansion 2 since we already did.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out. Not you, Gizmo. Luigi's Mansion 2. They should have just left it buried on the 3DS. If you like it, you like it. I know there are some people out there who like it, who think it's a great game, but it's not my cup of tea compared to like the original one or Luigi's Mansion 3, Yeah, but the new Denpa Man, I feel like it takes like, I know a little bit about Denpa Man, like the old Japanese exclusive stuff, but did it have like a life simulator elements like the new Denpa Man does, or?
I honestly can't recall.
Me neither.
I'd have to look it up.
Nah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm not too sure.
Yeah. So Metal Slug Attack Reloaded, like, it's not free. I thought it was going to be free because I played the game on my phone a few years back. It's $10, but look at it this way. When Pokemon Rumble World came out free to play, you had to pay for microtransactions on the 3DS. When the physical copy came out, there were no microtransactions. All the in-game currency was given to you over the course of the game when you bought the physical cartridge. Maybe Metal Slug Attack Reloaded will be free. Like microtransaction free is what I mean. Because I still need to get the rest of the arcade archive Metal Slug games aside from X, and I'm looking at like $40 worth of download. So
yeah. Gear, you mind if we take a small pause so I can just go refill real quick?
Yeah.
I'll only be gone for like about 20 seconds.
Yep.
Yeah, I still need to get the Metal Slug Tactics demo.
Yeah. How was Python class?
Well, it was canceled, so.
Why?
Teacher was having connection issues.
Anyway, what's your thoughts on Metal Slug Attack, Brent?
Looks very interesting and fun.
Tower 10. Oh, yeah. All right, I stand by what I said this morning. Anyone online who homebrews the character classes from the Darkest Dungeon series as D&D playable classes will get the biggest props from me. Except for this gigantic novelty Pokemon cartridge. That's a giant prop I'm not giving away.
Considering that we just recently bought it.
Yeah, you got yourself a Metroid 2 one.
Yep. 1 second.
Yeah, those vendors are really cool. They had Matt at Musicon, they had vendor was selling like these giant novelty cartridges.
Yeah.
And some of the Game Boy cartridges were games that weren't even on the Game Boy.
Hmm.
Oh, yeah.
That's
What are your
cool.
thoughts on Darkest Dungeon 2?
It looks cool. I've
Haven't
never played
decided where
the
to put
original
it just
though.
yet.
What?
Haven't decided where to put it just yet.
Get like a wall mount and hang it on the wall with the hook thingy in the back. Matt, check out the size of this motherfucker.
I saw.
Yeah.
Looks great.
Anyway, you were saying?
I haven't played the original Darkest Dungeon, so
Yeah.
I mean it looks good. Just
Yeah.
haven't played it.
Brent,
Yeah.
Darkest Dungeon?
Interested in its like idea and also the character designs to them. Not sure if I would fully play it, but I probably give it at least like a try first. See if it's my thing.
Nice.
Hmm.
All right, next, the meat and potatoes, the NSO updates. Four Swords, I played a little bit of the Four Swords stuff before Triforce Heroes was a thing. Didn't really like it. But Metroid Zero Mission, I mean, it's a remake of Metroid 1. So, yeah,
I play that one.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, I love that one.
You got Turok and when it said like mature 17 plus, I was like, Conker's bad for a day.
Yeah.
I honestly thought Mortal Kombat or something.
Yeah.
Could have been, but yeah.
Like Mortal Kombat Trilogy or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, my friend James still has me and Devin on his family plan so I can access these games, but it's like, I don't do too much with like the N64 shit, mostly just like Mario Party, Paper Mario, a little bit of Banjo-Kazooie, so we'll see. I mean, don't forget that stealth drop of all 5 Game Boy Mega Man games late last month, early this month.
Yeah.
Wow.
I really like Mega Man 5 in that list, so.
Oh, yeah, I actually found reproduction cartridges of Mega Man 5 through a Etsy seller for like $20. So I'm going to try to invest down the line because I'll be a son of a bitch if I'm paying over $100 for that game just because it was the only one to have original Robot Masters. Fuck that. Yeah. So, anyway, so Phantom Brave, the Lost Hero. I was like, wait, there are other Phantom Brave games? This is the first I've heard of this.
I think it's a new one.
Yeah, it said the latest installment when they announced it. I was like, what? This is not the new IP?
Yeah,
I've never heard of this one before. I've heard of Darkest Dungeon, but I've never fucking heard of Phantom Brave.
Yeah, I have Phantom Brave. I used to have it on PS. It originally came out on PS2.
How was it?
And it's a game like Final Fantasy Tactics.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, they did mention it was a tactical strategy, but yeah, nice. Not bad.
Yeah.
Brent has stopped working.
Uh-huh.
Please
I'm just waiting patiently.
Are you waiting for Marvel vs. Capcom Arcade Classics? Because that's Matt's shtick.
I meant I was waiting patiently for him to mention that next one. Or you.
Well, I'm just going to
because I don't really have anything to say about Phantom Brave because, again, similar as you said, Gear, I've never heard of it before.
I'm just going to say one thing. I hope the Punisher is a beat 'em up. I'm weighing in with the expert. Is the Punisher a beat 'em up?
Yeah, it is.
Nice.
Anyways,
Matt, this is the one that you're going to be going off on, so give us hell.
Okay. Well, I don't know how they managed to negotiate the licenses for this one because, I mean, this is pretty much amazing because the game has never been re-released. Well, it got re-released once on PS2, but the PS2 version was janky. So, and also they made a one-up arcade cabinet of it.
And Disney didn't own the rights to Marvel back in those days.
No. But it cost like $600 for the arcade cabinet. And it's just like, now it'll be for everybody, not just on the Switch. It's also coming out on PS4 for some reason, but no Xbox, and also on Steam.
Nice. So everyone but the Xbox crowd.
Yeah.
Oh, well, they're not the cool kids anyway. I'm kidding. To anyone out there watching who plays Xbox, I tease just for funsies. I'm not like, oh, I hate Xbox. I just have to pick fun. Like, I think it should, if they're going to multi-platform it everywhere, I think that the Xbox should get some love too. You know.
Mm-hmm.
I just got to put that disclaimer before anyone tries to dox me and hunt me down.
And anyways, the great thing, they're adding rollback netcode, which means it's going to have good online multiplayer. So
Very nice. All right, this is probably going to be the longest topic, and I promise that much like with how we should do a Gaming Knuckleheads talk, Legend of Zelda down the line, we will try in coming months to do a Mario Party topic, but so far, all I saw when I saw Super Mario Party Jamboree was Super Mario Party 2. We did not learn our fucking lesson the first time when Super Mario Party turned out to be a bad game where the only worthwhile shit were the minigames and river survival mode. And this really makes a callback because I was on Game FAQs recently and there was a topic trending on the Thousand Year Door remake page on the boards where someone was like, just because this remake came out does not mean that there is hope for the future of Paper Mario. And people on YouTube are really stirring the pot saying, this means Paper Mario might go back to its roots. It's not going to happen. And people like Arlo are the ones who are starting this shit up and stirring the pot and giving people false hope. Look, Mario Party Superstars could stand to have some massive improvements, a better selection of minigames than what we got, minigame mode more fleshed out, 2v2 and like the Mario Party DS style 1v1 alongside a larger character roster and a bigger selection of boards. But to its credit, it is the best Mario Party game to be created since Konami acquired and dissolved Hudson Soft prior to Mario Party 9.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, if Mario Party Superstars did not teach them that they need to abandon the innovative, recreate the wheel, make bad Mario Party game bullshit, and go back to the way they thought of development when they were Hudson Soft, then I agree. The next Paper Mario game is going to be the same as the most recent 3 that aren't remakes, and Super Mario Party needs to do better. It's like, just because there's 7 boards does not mean that it's going to be better. The boards are still going to be fairly small. Don't be surprised if they reduce the size of Mario's Rainbow Castle and Western Land and completely desecrate those boards. Don't be surprised if Switch Lite owners are pretty much told, haha, go fuck yourself. You don't have a regular Switch and it's motion control only. It's like, yeah.
Yeah. I was actually going to say my interpretation of the gear was Nintendo's basically saying, we learned our lessons, the wrong lessons.
Yeah. It's okay, look, I'm not going to spend my money on it, but if I wanted to get at least one copy out of the wild to prevent people from wasting their money on it, it would be like if Brent were to be like in October, be like, hey, I'm gonna get gear an early Christmas gift. I'm gonna drag his ass to GameStop and pre-order this game for him under his account. I'm like, okay. I mean, if somebody else gets it for me, then sure, I'll give it an honest try and see if it's an improvement in any way over the first one. And at worst, if it turns out to be bad, I can just lock it away in a box and there'll be one less poor schmuck who has to waste their money and be like, this is garbage.
I mean, it does, like, if I was to be as nice as possible, it does look like an improvement, but a very small improvement.
A smidgen.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's like, if it turns out to be a better improvement, at least they're trying. It's like Mario Party 9, interesting, but not good. Mario Party Island Tour, to me, was like, oh, we saw that 9 didn't work out and we want to keep this formula. So we're going to try to improve the formula and tweak it a bit. And then Mario Party 10 was, we tweaked it a bit. It's better than Mario Party 9. So we're just going to make 10 a carbon copy of 9.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Why do they hate quality? I mean, Goomba Lagoon looks like it's got the aesthetics, and like Rainbow Galleria is a 3-story tall board.
Yeah, that's sort of the reason why I'm saying is that it seems like a small improvement. Like the maps actually look like they have something interesting in them as opposed to super original, which just looked bland as hell.
Matt, before we ask your opinion, true story. Back in late 2018, early 2019, Brent got to sample Super Mario Party for the first time back when I had it, and I was like, "What do you think?" Yeah, I'm not having any fun. Yeah, me neither. Let's go play Mario Party 8. Because say what you will about Mario Party 8, it's better.
The only time I had fun was when we actually were doing a mini game, but that's about it. And certain mini games.
Well, you need to get like you and like 2 other people. I don't have the game anymore, but like we need to get you and 2 other people, find somebody with a copy of the game, and I got to show you River Survival Mode. It is the best thing to come out of Super.
Yeah.
Anyway, Matt, what are your thoughts on Jamboree?
I don't really have any thoughts on it because I don't really play Mario Party games, so.
Yeah, and unless we put you up to it.
Yeah.
What the hell was Luigi doing when we streamed Waluigi's Island?
He was possessed.
Dude, Brent,
round and round, round and round, round and round, round and round.
Did you tell that story to Stefan?
Yes, I did.
What did he say?
He's not surprised.
Oh, they need to bring that level of quality back. Seriously. Okay, so this next one, I literally thought it was Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past remake because Zelda was trapped in a fucking crystal. And there's only 2 damsels in the Zelda universe who've ever been trapped in crystals. The other one was Din. And that didn't. And Ganondorf was a secret boss in Oracle of the Season. So I was very surprised when it turned out to be a completely new game. One where you play as Zelda, no less.
For once, the title makes sense. It is The Legend of Zelda.
I'm going to say, as cool as the ecosystem is, they could have at least stood to give her some weaponry, too. It's like, you drop the rock, you lift the rock, you're going to lose some health if you don't have good reflexes. At least with the monster, you just summon it and you stick it on, you know?
I believe the reason they were doing that is that they were trying to do something more original instead of just saying, it's basically Legend of Zelda, only except we switched Link and Zelda, but Zelda knows how to kick ass. And why the hell is she getting kidnapped all the time? This is one of those ideas where it's like, I get why they made the change. It makes sense in a way.
Yeah. It looks great, though. It's definitely on my list. I'm definitely pre-ordering it in either August or September, so I can get it late September. Matt, what about you?
Yeah. I mean, I really like the look of it, and I'm glad they're trying a different concept. So.
Yeah, I mean, this thing's coming out 3 days after my birthday, so I'm definitely getting it as a late birthday present.
Yeah. Well, let's toss the elephant out of the room really quick. I stand by what I said this morning. I don't care about the plastic toy motif they're doing like they did with the Link's. I care more about whether the game is fun or enjoyable. Link's Awakening has always been a great game. And the fact that people are like, I don't want to play it because I don't like the graphic style. You missed out on a great remake of a classic Game Boy game. And
it's just an artistic choice.
Exactly.
And honestly, I thought it looked great. It kind of looks more like, it didn't look to me like a toy. It looked more like a diorama in a way.
Yeah, and I think that I'm going to judge Echoes of Wisdom based on how it plays. If it's fun and enjoyable, who cares about the graphical artistic choice? Just Dance 2025. It exists. Next.
Don't really care.
Me either.
Lego Horizon Adventures. Do either of you know if that's supposed to be the Lego version of Horizon Zero Dawn?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I thought that was the case.
And, well, if it's a Lego game, it's probably going to do very well because those games rarely miss. At least when it comes to, gameplay and humor, all that stuff.
Definitely.
Yeah, I played some Lego games, Lego Batman with Andrew a while ago.
Yeah.
And they seem pretty fun. They just, it's not my style of games, but 2-player mode is usually so much fun with them. So.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. So next up, Oliver and Company. Stray.
I saw the original thing for this because this is the I believe this is the Switch version of this game, but it's coming out on other consoles. I haven't played it, but it looks fun. Like it's got a unique premise where you're a cat in a
The scene
Cyberpunk
where the
world.
cat was
Yep.
falling down the pipe and the other cats were staring, and the look on the cat's face like, "You assholes, help me!"
Yeah.
you sons of bitches, help!
It's gonna be a really unique looking indie game. Like it's one of those games where it's like it's not a top priority, but if I see a little gameplay, get some good ideas in the reviews, it's something I might look into in the future. So,
Yeah, I mean it sold well and it got good reviews and it looks fun.
yeah.
I mean it was out on other consoles, like PS5 and Xbox Series.
Yeah, it's like this next one I am really hyped for because it's Lord of the Rings, high fantasy. Tales from the Shire. It's like a life simulation set in Middle Earth. That is going to be, and just all the extra details they put in since I saw the original reveal trailer. And the additional info they gave was like, yeah, I'm hyped. I'm investing. I am gonna check it out. It might be one of those life simulators where you can literally spend hours upon days into it and not get bored. Like Animal Crossing is fun, but once you 100% the museum and shit, it just boils down to daily chores and waiting to see if furniture you want appears in the store. Like Animal Crossing eventually hits a slowdown. This looks like it could provide much more than I haven't touched Animal Crossing in the longest time. I have the fucking Happy Home Paradise DLC, and last time I played it was like fucking 2021. So
yeah, and I definitely have to say that Lord of the Rings needs a better game to wash out the. I never play it, but I've seen it. The disgust that was Gollum.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully Tales from the Shire will be.
It looks like it's going to.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I hope it's physical though, because with want to get Borderlands 3 eventually. Not to mention with Fantasy Life being a digital exclusive, I'm either going to need to cough up $400 for a fucking 1 terabyte SD card, or start deleting digital games that I really want to keep on my system, just in case when the shop eventually goes offline and we lose access to our re-download libraries,
Yeah.
Unless the new console does happen to be a Switch 2 and our libraries get to be imported over. Yeah, but we'll see. Knowing Nintendo, even if it is a Switch 2, we're not going to get to import our libraries because fuck you, pay for the game again, Which is weird because you could import your entire Wii library of digital games over to the Wii U, and you could do the same with the 3DS and the DSi. So, the only difference with the DSi is that you couldn't store shit on the SD card. It was strictly a limited amount of system memory. So when they shut down, I had to give up a whole bunch of transferred games. Yeah. Anyway, Ace Attorney Investigations Collection. Now, I will admit, I do find Jello Apocalypse's videos great, where the playthrough reels, the highlights, but what the fuck was that?
I mean, just a really loud car here.
Anyway, it's like the games, they're not the greatest, and I will admit that some of the ridiculousness of mainline Ace Attorney, where it's like, oh, you can't present this piece of evidence yet. It's ridiculous, but Ace Attorney Investigations takes it to just there's a difference between advancing the story and being like, you have to present this piece of evidence a little bit later,
And that's when the victim slipped on this banana. You have to present the picture of the banana.
Yeah. Stealing jokes aside, what I was saying was, but when it's literally like, oh, you're ready to present this piece of evidence, but we're not going to let you because you have to literally investigate things you've already. That's not advancing the story. That's just padding out the playtime because you ran out of fucking script.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the biggest problem with the games is that there's too much padding.
Yeah, there is way too much padding.
Yeah, it's like I played all 6 of the mainline Ace Attorney games, and they can get longish, but they don't feel padded, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, but like Ace Attorney Investigations 1, I played it, I was like, I don't know if I like it, but and then I saw just how bad it was when Jello brought it to light.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fucking, yeah, this game is padding. It's like,
yeah.
The only positive thing I can say, the only 2 positive things I can say about the Investigations collection is, 1, it is new Ace Attorney content while we wait for 7, and it is a unique attempt at giving us a chance to put ourselves in Edward's shoes outside of when he's masquerading as a defense attorney while Phoenix is in the hospital. And 2, at least we're finally getting an official translation of the second game. So
yeah, I agree, and I do agree that unfortunately it is a lot of padding. Like, fun thing that you probably don't know, just because we mentioned about the video, and I know about this because I was watching his streams before they got lost. In the last case of Investigations 2. Jello has gone on record to say that the first part of it is great. But then the second part is bad because it is so much padding.
Yeah, here's the thing. Streams didn't get lost. Twitch banned them because the sky was blue.
Oh, no. This was before that happened.
Oh.
Yeah, he actually forgot to archive the last bit of it. That's why the footage got lost.
Anyway, Matt, what are your thoughts on old Eddie Pooh?
I've never played those games, so I don't know.
Have you played the main series?
Nope.
Oh, you must not. The really fun series. And Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, the ending cutscenes of Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, those feel padded compared to the actual cases themselves. Like, they literally spent 45 fucking minutes at the end of the first case discussing Naruhodo going to England. It's like... It's like it got to a point where they were repeating themselves for like 15 minutes straight. Like, the endings of the cases of Great Ace Attorney are padded, but the actual gameplay on par with main series.
That's what I was going to say, is that if the ending parts are the things that are padding, but everything else is there, it's annoying, but it's better than what we could have gotten.
Yeah.
Way better than what we could have gotten.
And to be honest, despite no offense to the guy who voiced Sherlock Holmes, his quirkiness, I just feel like he's more of an Eric Idle type voice. But again, that's with no disrespect to the voice actor who did Sholmes' lines in Great Ace. But yeah, I mean, I might replay them just for the fuck of it, just so that I can see Miles Edgeworth 2 for the first time, outside of like the highlight videos that Jello did, and be ready for some motherfucking padding, but you know. And again, like I said, even though it might get a physical release, like how Great Ace Attorney and Apollo Justice Trilogy did, if I do get it, I'll just probably stick to what I've been doing. Keep my Ace Attorney collection on the Switch, digital only. But I really want to know when 7's coming out, because I remember they mentioned 7 was in the works way back when the Phoenix Wright Trilogy port was announced. So, yeah. And next up, the 100-line Last Defense Academy. The 100-day line Last Defense Academy. Like, the Danganronpa people, I'm pretty sure that's Spike Chunsoft. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's Spike Chunsoft.
It looks like it.
No, they literally said it was from the Danganronpa people.
Yeah.
Like, Nintendo never names the company. They just say, from the people who brought you Danganronpa. If it's Spike Chunsoft, just fucking say it. I'm pretty sure that's who made the Danganronpa games.
Yeah.
But it's like, visual novel with tactical strategy RPG. This is going to be very interesting to see. And I played some of the first Danganronpa. I watched the entirety of the anime adaptation. these developers know how to make a game. I wanted to play Master Detective, but I never got around to buying it,
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, what do you guys think?
Not my thing, but definitely looks interesting. If it's anything like if it's gonna be anything like Danganronpa, then definitely gonna be awesome.
Yeah, I agree. But other than that, I've never really played any of the games.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Anybody have any thoughts on Romancing Saga 2, or should we just move along?
Well, I do.
Go ahead.
I think it looks great. I mean, they've really gone beyond what they did with the first remake of it, I suppose. So that's good.
Yep. All right, Brent. You've earned it. You've been patient this long for the past 56 minutes. You have fucking earned it. Go ahead.
I have only one thing to say. It's here. It's here.
Yeah.
It's finally here.
It's almost here.
Literally. I literally said in a year.
Literally last fucking week, I was like, you know what? At this point, the next console's coming out, and if Metroid Prime 4 comes to the Switch but not the new console, people are going to throw a fucking hissy fit. I think the next multi-topic Gaming Knuckleheads talk I'm going to do, should Metroid Prime 4 come to the Switch or should it be pushed to the next console? Because we don't know when it's coming. We have not heard jack shit since Retro deleted all the original files and started from scratch. But hey, it paid off. We don't have to have that discussion because the fourth Metroid Prime game is coming in 2025.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, the only one I ever actually played myself was Hunters on the DS, but like I do like me some Metroid, and I wouldn't mind checking out a demo of this game or playing it on Brent's Switch when he gets it, or literally just once we iron out the bugs with OBS, let him be in the driver's seat for a stream-based Let's Stream of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, but gotta say, and I honestly thought this, like, remake, I honestly thought was just going to be like, them testing the graphics for like, what's going to be going into 4. 4 looks like they took that and improved on it.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And funny thing you mentioned about Hunters, the antagonist for 4 is one of the bounty hunters from that game.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, the guy who shows up near the end of it, that's Silex. And he was actually teased in the ending of Metroid Prime 3 and in Federation Force.
Federation Farce?
Well, that literally is one of the only good things in that game.
No. I was correcting you on the name. Farce. F-A-R-C-E.
I was being nice.
I know. I'm not.
But yeah, it looks amazing.
Mm-hmm.
It does.
I am curious where the story's going to go next, considering what happened in the last one. I mean, neither of you guys play it, but I could say it unless you're worried about me spoiling anything.
I would avoid spoiling anything just in case people who haven't played 3 yet see this and then come after you for spoiling a game that they were going to play before they got 4.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, fair enough. But let me just say, I will say this, I'm not going to go any further. The only reason I'm saying I was surprised when I saw that 4 was getting there is because I thought 3 ended perfectly, so I didn't know where else they could go with this type of story.
That probably explains why they had to scrap the original plans when they announced it 7 years back.
Probably. I mean, we won't know until it gets a little bit closer to that. But anyways, as I said, and I am not joking. As soon as I got it, when I texted you, I am not joking. I waited a little bit longer until I was going to grab lunch, but I literally got into my car and just screamed yes at the top of my lungs.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, that pretty much wraps up our thoughts on the Direct. All in all, one of the biggest ones yet. And despite the fact that there was a plethora of JRPGs, it wasn't an entire Direct about farm sims and JRPGs. For once. So when next we meet, we will figure out what the next topic or topics are. And until then, we will see you all next time. And we're going to be working diligently over the next couple of weeks so that it doesn't take months or years to fix what OBS broke. Until then, bye-bye.